Hey, if you like this video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button for more content.
Myself. Like I started making plays. I started doing what I was normally doing. And even when I was doing bad, it's not so when I say like I'm doing bad, it's not like I'm shitting the bed. I'm just not playing at the level that I'm typically playing at. Like I don't think I've ever really just shit the bed. And I don't really like try to allow myself to shit the bed, but I'm just not playing at my standard and better. But I really started feeling myself towards the end of the BDS. Well, not end the BDS, but at the start versus BDS. And then we ended up losing and we could have won that. Like again, we could have won. We threw our own games, and it just yeah. I mean, Fox and Vert were really going off, but then yeah, after us losing and not placing really well, then we decided to make the roster change again, and dropping Nyx and Retro, and then picking up Bio and Slash.
What was your game plan heading into the groups of that invitation? Because you guys were going to play G2 first. You'd
Well, we
lost to
knew
them.
we knew G2 wasn't the G2 that they were, and me personally, that's why I say like playing the G2 before that invite, and everything else, like that was the team that I thought was the hardest. But then we played against them this invite, well, that last invite, and they just really weren't that good, in my opinion, compared to what they were. Not to, like I said, not to discredit any of them, but they just weren't the team that I was used to playing against because we 7-0'd them. Like that would have
Yeah, you
never
guys
happened
7 of
with
them
the
in
old
club.
G2. And we could have beat them. We 100% could have beat. We could have beat them. We could have beat BDS. We could have beat G2. Like we could have won those games, but we threw. We threw so many rounds against so many teams, and then yeah, we ended up losing. Then we went in to play wild card, beat wild card pretty easy. Then played BDS. Could have beat BDS, choked. Then went into the last map and just completely got shut down. And then yeah, and that was the end of our invite run. And then kind of from there, that's when we started talking like, okay, we need to make changes. Like this just isn't working. It's like things just need to be different. And then yeah, then time went on. We dropped both Nyx and Retro, and then we picked up Slash and Bio.
Um, I just want to hear your opinion on Nyx there because I think everyone else I've had on the pod seemed to say that on a LAN environment he seemed to either get shaky or not play the same. Do you feel like that was a huge reason why you guys didn't perform well in six invitational?
Um, Not necessarily. I wouldn't say that. Because like I said, even for myself, like if I'd have been performing better, I think we would also done better as a whole. It's just another person that you can rely on. But I wasn't someone that like was making plays or anything like that. So I kind of just felt like I was out of it. But no, I wouldn't say that about Nick's. I think Nick's issues, he lacks life experience in many areas. And it also shows in terms of just like knowledge on things. And it's not like I said, it's not to say Nick's is a bad player by any means, but he definitely has some growing up to do. And I think it's important as a player, especially a young player, to grow up and understand how some things work and how they don't work instead of just trying to, be this, be that, or whatever the case is. So, no, I don't think Nick's being at LAN, him shaking this or that, because I don't really think that at all. And that wasn't my experience with him. It was just more fundamentals and experience with many other things that just he lacked, and that just comes with time and with experience happening to him. So I think as time goes on, it's just a matter of not focusing on the negative things that have happened to you. It's more just taking those in and how to not have those same outcomes that I feel that he keeps running into over and over and over. So I definitely think it's just a maturity thing for him, and I think that can easily be corrected with time.
Why retro?
Um, Retro just so it's the same thing with Retro and Mark is again, it was just the coasting thing. Like when Retro's playing and when he's on top of his game, like Retro's insane. Retro's such a smart player and a really good player, but I feel like it was just the team dynamic of him just being comfortable and not feeling as if, he can't be replaced or this or that. Where like I said, me, Fox, we're always worried about our play. If we have a bad scrim, we have a bad match, like we really beat it into ourselves and are really hard on ourselves, even when we don't need to be. But I feel like, that's what really defines good players from not so good players is like, even when you have a bad game and you've been having, 20 other significant, you know, incredible games and you have one bad game, you really beat yourself up. And I always beat myself up, even if I'm not even having the best game. So I just kind of feel it's one of those things with Mark and Rashford that they kind of just coasted a little bit and just might not as put much effort that they were putting in the beginning of it all. And that was kind of the reason. It had nothing to do with like personalities or anything. Because Retro's such a cool dude, like super funny. All those guys are super fucking funny and just fun to be with. But in just terms of career, like you need to, if you want to make it anywhere, like you got to have five people that are on the same level of competition and wanting to strive to be better and play better and just yeah be better as a whole. So that's why we dropped retro for that reason. It was just again, it was the mark situation as well, just the coasting that I feel like could have been corrected. And we tried correcting. Like we weren't people who just were like, you're done. Like we gave them talks, we let them know, like, like you gotta step it up, you gotta do something. But I just feel like it didn't click as fast as maybe they wanted it to, or as they might have thought that they were trying. And we had to make changes to feel like it was for the better. And to be fair, I mean, I think that we've improved in areas. I don't think it's like changed significantly in a sense of like, we're still placing third and fourth, but I feel like with the team that we currently have right now, we definitely like I feel this is the best that we've been since like not having that old rec roster.
Okay. I'm sort of curious. Is there a space when these players are on the team and potentially coasting to have that conversation with them and let them know that, like, or just have a checkup, like, as a team
We'll
talk to make sure
typically
everyone's on
do
the
it
same page?
We'll typically do it after lands, or we'll do it during or after scrims and just try to like embed it in people's heads. Like, like we understand you might be going through something, things are going on, but like this is still your career and you have to really be focusing and putting stuff into it. Because even for myself, I went through some like really, really bad stuff in life. That's the one thing that I really hate about esports is your whole world can be falling apart, maybe not your gaming stuff, but like literally your whole world around you can just be falling apart, and there are no days off. There's no I need to take a break. There's no I need some time to myself. It's literally you have to keep living in that moment of your professional career and keep going. Like there's no break. There's literally no break. It's always a constant go, constant go. There's no time to feel sorry for yourself, feel bad about what's going on. You always just have to compete. And there's been so many areas, and I don't really feel sorry for some people that make excuses, because just through my experience, I've went through some serious shit throughout my career, and not once have I fucking talked about it. I just kept playing. I kept doing what I had to do and just put everything to the side for that moment and just focused on my career and didn't let those things consume me. Whereas I see so many people let shit like that consume them and let it be an excuse, because no one really fucking cares at the end of the day in gaming. I mean, maybe some do, but in terms of competing, no one cares. They want you on top of your shit at the end of the day. So that's where I'm saying there's just no time to grieve and feel sorry for yourself. You just have to keep going. And it sucks. It really sucks. And it's mentally draining.
Okay, that's fair. I want to speak a little bit more on that. I'm curious how you have you been able to create space for yourself, like in any way, to maybe heal or not let things like that build up? Because recently I've been having conversations with a counselor just about efficient communication with people, and I realize when I let things build up inside me, at
Hmm.
some point they blow up, and it
Oh,
might
yeah.
be blowing up at the wrong
Definitely.
person, at my teammates.
Yeah, definitely.
How have you dealt with that?
Well, that's the thing that like if I am having a bad day or something's going on, like I'd let my teammates know. I don't, because it's definitely important to have good chemistry and a good work environment with your teammates. So if you're just someone that's just keeping shit to yourself, and I'm not saying I go in depth on what's going on, but like I'll let my teammates know, like, I'm having a bad day. Like if I seem irritable or something like that, like just ignore it. Like I'm just having a bad day. I don't hold that and then one day I blow at them, because in esports, some people are a little too sensitive where you say something to them and then they instantly take it as an attack, and then next thing you know, you're getting talked about being dropped. I'm not saying that's happened to me. I've just seen it happen before. And me personally, I think some people also need to just grow up and understand. People have shit that goes on in life outside of gaming, and it's not. I mean, as much as I say it is about game, but some people, it's definitely a maturity thing in esports, which a lot of people lack. A lot of people just think it's like this, and a lot of people just think it's like that, and they just ignore real life stuff. It's all about gaming, but um, yeah, I mean, I always, like I said, I just let my teammates know that I'm having a bad day, something's going on. So if I seem irritable, it's this or that. So that way they don't take it the wrong way if I do blow up or I do get mad. And I think that's the best way to go about. And then after, when you're done and you're not streaming, you just kind of you find something to take your mind off it, or you just do something Um, but yeah, I mean, I've never really found something that like fully, makes me feel better. I've just learned to deal with it. I think that's really what it comes down to is I've just learned to deal with it.
If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to hit the button below, check the description for the longer podcasts and for way more podcast clips. More videos weekly. Have a good day.